Through this video, let's look at the clause number 6.2.2, competence, training and awareness. Let's read the standard first. It says, the organization shall A. determine the necessary competence for personnel performing work affecting conformity to product requirements. B. Where applicable, providing training or taking other actions to achieve the necessary competence. C. Evaluate the effectiveness of the actions taken. Ensure that its personnel are aware of the relevance and importance of these activities and how they contribute to achievement of the quality objectives. And E. Maintain appropriate records of education, training, skill and experience. Let's understand this. ISO 9001 is mandating for you in the section A that you must determine. So you must have some document where you have determined the necessary competence for people within your organization who are doing anything related that could affect the conformity of the product requirement. Let's say I'm a training organization. I contract my customers for providing training. So my trainers, because they are affecting the product conformity to the product requirement, I will have to establish for myself what is the necessary competence that is needed to become a good trainer. Once I've done that, and it is saying determine, so no one can audit you, no one can give you a non-conformity for not having documented that. It is simply saying determine, not saying document. But it is always advisable to document that. Where applicable, provide training or take other actions necessary to achieve the necessary competence. Should, now that you've documented the necessary competence required, assume that you have hired a gentleman A who does not match up to the competence necessities as documented by you. You should be able to provide evidence that you've provided training or taken some other actions, like he is a shadow trainer for you. He is budding up with a senior consultant while doing training program. Train the trainer programs have happened. If such things have happened, it is simply saying where applicable, provide training or take any action to achieve the necessary competence. C. Evaluate the effectiveness of the actions taken. So as a part of B, you've taken certain actions. Now please ensure that you have checked for the effectiveness of the actions that were required. Ensure that its personnel are aware of the relevance and importance of these activities. You must ensure that people know why is it being done and how they contribute to the achievement of the quality objectives. So you would have quality objectives related to product conformity. You must identify how, your personnel should be aware how do these activities listed in A, B, C contribute to achievement of the quality objectives. And finally, the organization must maintain, it is mandatory, must maintain appropriate records of ETSE, education, training, skill and experience. So that is how you implement this. First step, decide on the necessary competence, document that somewhere. Now do a baseline document for yourself as to where your current personnel are, what is their. So you have a document which lays down the competence needed. You have a document that lists down the competence of your available people. Do a gap analysis. Should there be some training need identified or some actions required, do that. Check that the actions that you've taken have borne result, have been effective, and people must be aware on how do these activities contribute to achievement of the quality objective. And finally, maintain records. If you are an auditor, for point number A, look out for a document which describes the competence needed for doing particular jobs, especially those which affect the product conformity. Once you have seen that document, go ahead and ask for a list of the skill set of people in that organization. Check if there has been a gap identification done. Check if there is necessary actions or other activities taken up. Check if there is evidence of effectiveness verification of those actions. And finally, and most importantly, check whether the records of ETSC are being maintained. I hope this simple discussion helps.